It's time now for a little latest in local news. In the news, election officials across the state of Georgia will begin another count of the votes in the presidential election today. Probate Judge Tammy Thornton says here in Wayne County that process begins at 9 a.m. Begins at 9 a.m. across the state as well. And again, they state it must be completed by midnight, December 2nd. That announcement from the Secretary of State. It will be the third count of Georgia vote in a race decided by narrowest margins as Joe Biden defeated President Trump in Georgia by just 12,670 votes out of some 5 million votes cast in the state. But once again, election officials do not expect the third count to change the outcome of the election. Trump's campaign has demanded what election officials say is impossible recount that includes rechecking voter signatures to uncover political fraud. Gabriel Sterling, the state's voting system manager, says such an audit would be technically feasible, but says there is no specific evidence of wrongdoing to warrant more scrutiny of voter signatures, barring a court order. Sterling says, quote, "We can't open investigations based on the generalization that we're just not happy with the outcome. If somebody comes to us with specific evidence, we'll investigate." Governor Kemp and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger certified the election results on Friday. The move came after a hand recount across the state of every ballot confirmed the outcome of the presidential race in Georgia. Because Biden's margin of victory is less than 0.5% under Georgia law, the president can request another recount, but this one will use the machines that were used on election night, not a hand recount. Sterling says the December 2nd deadline accounts for the Thanksgiving holiday and special elections to be held next week in several counties across the state. Secretary of State will release the results of each county as they are completed. The final tally won't be known until the last county finishes its work. Sterling says in 2020, who knows what to expect, but historically you very rarely see such movement in a vote count coming from a recount. Governor and the Georgia Republican Party have called for something different. They want an audit that would check the signatures matching of local officials. Sterling says such an audit is feasible, but he says the Secretary of State's office has not ruled out a signature audit, but he says it would not be easy. He also says it's not clear who would perform the audit, who would pay for it, and exactly how it would be conducted. He says there's simply no evidence that it's needed. Sterling says there's simply no specific evidence that anybody has brought to us that anybody has done anything wrong. Despite the assurances, many Georgia residents are convinced that the voting system cannot be trusted. Sterling acknowledged that the state has a lot of convincing to do. He says we need to get to a point in this country where people trust the outcomes of elections and don't buy into conspiracy theories and charges that are made without any evidence. He says it seems to affect both the left and the right depending on who wins the race. Once again, the process of recounting the vote for a third time taking place here in Wayne County across the state. Probate Judge Tammy Thornton says the process here in Wayne County begins at 9 a.m. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. U.S. Senator Kelly Loeffler tested negative for the coronavirus on Monday for the second time in consecutive days, and her aides say she'll soon return to the campaign trail. In a statement from her spokesperson, Stephen Lawson, he says Kelly's feeling great, has no symptoms. She looks forward to getting back out on the campaign trail. Loeffler squares off against Democratic candidate John Ossoff in one U.S. runoff in Georgia. The other pits Republican David Perdue against Democratic candidate Raphael Warnock. Early voting in Georgia begins on December the 14th and runs for 3 weeks leading up to Election Day, Tuesday, January the 5th. Kelly Loeffler was last seen on the campaign trail this past Friday in Atlanta with Vice President Mike Pence, who since then has been isolated waiting on the results of the test. Once again, 2 consecutive negative tests, and she's back out campaigning for that U.S. Senate seat, which she currently holds in Washington, D.C. Thanksgiving holiday upon us, and overall the AAA says fewer people will be traveling this Thanksgiving. They state the majority that do will be traveling on roads and not traveling by airlines. They state it appears most people will jump in cars rather than planes this Thanksgiving. They definitely say the virus is the main reason. In fact, AAA is projecting that almost 48 million people will travel by car this Thanksgiving, or they say that's still a 4% drop from last year. Georgia DOT wants to help those travelers as they're easing the traffic congestion statewide. The DOT announced this week the suspension of construction-related lane closures on heavily traveled interstate highways and state routes from 6 a.m. Wednesday, November 25th to 5 a.m. Monday, November 30th. Statewide lane restrictions to help reduce the traffic congestion during the Thanksgiving holiday. Similar restrictions will be in place for Christmas and New Year's. The DOT State Construction Engineer John Hancock says that in order to provide a safer and less congested roadway, we're limiting constructed related lane closures. Although the traffic volumes were down earlier this year due to COVID-19, unfortunately fatalities on the roadways across the state have been up. He says he urges drivers to watch your speed, put down your cell phones, be alert, and make sure you and your passengers buckle up. They want to make this a happy Thanksgiving for all. Again, while road closures will be suspended, the department reminds travelers to exercise caution as crews may still work near highways and safety concerns may require some long-term lane closures to remain in place. In addition, incident management or emergency maintenance-related lane closures could become necessary at any time on any route. For up-to-date information about travel conditions on Georgia interstates and state routes, call 511 or visit their website, 511georgia.org, before heading out. 511 is a free service that provides real-time statewide information on Georgia interstates and state routes, including traffic conditions, incidents, lane closures, and delays due to inclement weather 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes and news. A reminder, this holiday season, the Wayne County Toy Drive is underway as three clubs, the Exchange, Rotary, and Kiwanis, have gotten together to organize this year's toy drive. The boxes are set up around various businesses to drop off the toys. All the Dollar General stores and Walmart have drop-off boxes at their business for your convenience. They ask you to drop off the new toys in the boxes. They also are taking monetary donations. Just drop off a cash or check at Jesup City Hall. You can make checks out to the Wayne County Toy Drive. Toys will be distributed to needy families in Wayne County. Once again, all the toys donated go to Wayne County kids. Holidays start the Christmas shopping season, and one tradition is that many downtown businesses open Thanksgiving afternoon and evening for your holiday shopping. Downtown businesses ready for Santa and offering great deals and bargains for your holiday shopping. You can shop till you drop over the holidays, begin shop at home, and support your local businesses. Chamber of Commerce getting ready for their first annual Let It Glow competition. The entry deadline is December the 4th. The entry is free. You must be decorated by December the 11th to be judged, though, and win prizes. Again, there's nothing better, they state, than seeing thousands of twinkling lights on a cold, frosty night. They ask that you join them in this holiday season by beautifying your home or business in the first annual Let It Glow competition. Once again, to enter, you have to fill out an entry form to Chamber of Commerce at 427-2028. Again, the entry is free, but the deadline to enter is December 4th. Again, must be decorated by December 11th to be judged by the judges. And the city of Odom getting ready for bingo, Blue Jay Bingo at the Odom City Gym, located across from Odom Elementary School, 516 North Church Street. The date, Thursday, December 3rd. Doors open at 6. Bingo starts at 7. They'll have 5 rounds of bingo to be played. Again, it's $5 for all 5 rounds. Additional cards can be purchased for $1 per card. Prices include Visa gift cards ranging from $25 all the way up to $200, plus door prizes. Again, kid door prizes, $1,300, include $10 Walmart gift cards. 5 of those will be given away. Lemonade and tea, along with popcorn and cookies, will be provided. Once again, the date, Thursday, December 3rd, in the city of Odom, Georgia. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.